Hello, my name is Dominic Underhall-House and welcome to a very special episode of Moonbreaker. It is the latest painting challenge. So what I wanted to do is something I've not necessarily always been able to do, but I wanted to go through, have a look at all the entries just very quickly and just give you guys an idea of what there is to vote between. There are some amazing models in here, really amazing paint jobs. There's newer players, there's established players, and it's really great to see the community coming together. So this is currently live. If you go onto the Discord, onto the news section, there's a link to this, and you can basically come here. You get to vote for up to 3 paint jobs, and 3 of them will be, well, basically 3 per person, and then whichever one wins the community vote is going to get is going to be classified as a winner. And then also the staff of Unknown Worlds or Crafton are also going to have a vote as well, and so there's going to be 2 winners to the competition. I didn't enter this. I am far worse of a painter than almost every single one of these incredible entries, but I wanted to just go through it and share this information with you guys. So at the time of this video coming out, you've got about a day and a half left to vote on this, so if you haven't done so, please do already. And as you can see here, you'll come onto this form. It's got links to all of the Discords for all of the different paint jobs, and what we're going to do is we're going to have a quick look through and just skim through them and see what there is to offer. If you like this sort of content, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join on Patreon. Anything you can do to support the channel is really appreciated, but also most importantly, go and vote in this. This is a really good part of the community, is having these options, and you're missing out if you don't look at some of these incredible entries, but we'll have a quick run through now. So I'm not going to go through the names of the entrants, I'm just going to look at the images themselves. I'm not going to show you who I'm voting for. It's important to me that you vote for whichever you think is the best. I don't want to influence your vote either way. There's people here that I know who these people are, I've spoken to them many times, and it's unfair for me to try and advocate for one over the other. Art's personal preference anyway, and I'd really want the best result to win. So oh dear me, that didn't work. There we go. So first up, we've got an Astra skin. So this is sort of like a rust coloured Astra. It's a really nice sort of take on the Astra and Servidor skin, and it's it's one of those ones that it's got a nice sort of earthy feel to it. And I'm not an art critic by any means, so just anyone who takes any criticism from this, please don't ignore me. You're better than I am. I'm just going to talk about what I like about things. I'm not going to be doing too many negative criticisms. I'm just going to be saying what I like about each one. So I love the little frogs being bright red, so like a little nod to Ferg there on the skin. We've still got the lovely purple fruit, and I do like it's just sort of a more earth toned version of the regular Servidor. I think that's a really nice looking paint job there. Next up, we've got the Strawberry Mekwani Thicket. I actually think this is awesome. We've got the little flowers there, we've got the woody part at the front. The wood effect on the front leg is amazing. And then we've got the actual strawberry body of it as well. This looks like something that actually genuinely feels almost appetizing, which is weird considering how horrifying Mekwani Thicket really is. So really great job there. Well done to whoever painted that. I really like that. Next up, we've got an Aria. So this is sort of like an earthy Aria. She's got a couple of badges on that look a little bit more vibrant. I love the pose. I love all by the way, the choices of people's backgrounds as well. Some people have chosen the plain background, some people have chosen the sky, some people have chosen the modelling table, and I think again Aria is really popular in this competition. There's quite a few entries, and there's some really nice ones as well. So I like the sort of weathering on the barrel here. A great job on that one as well. Next up, we've got Detonia. So Detonia, and this one very sort of primary colour based. I like the sort of the yellow chest piece, the green fur, the red, the blue hair. Oh, for anyone who's wondering, I'm also colourblind, so again, probably discounts me from any real judgment on this. But I like that it's a really unique take on Detonia. She's quite elf-like anyway, and this just feels like a sort of quite brightly coloured version, which I really like again. This is one of the nuisance paint jobs. So there's a couple of these, I believe. This one's very much like a bumblebee style. I mean, I like anything that's got a theme. I love the bumblebee look. I love the sort of the little plants growing out here. So it's literally nuisance collecting pollen and then going to electrifyingly sting people later on. A brilliant little paint job there as well. This one, I think this is awesome. This is a nice ice-based Motivator Atzi. The painting of the Cinder Crystal as ice looks amazing. They've made really good use of some of the tools here. I think there's some really good use of this looks like maybe airbrushing on this side of things, and just good use of dry brushing as well to get the actual texture onto the rock. I really like this. The ice crystal just looks awesome to me. So great job on that one as well. So this one we've got a hit and run. So hit and run looking a little bit sort of intensely like rusty, flamey, aggro-y. This is like a hit and run that's really out to just run at you. It's got that nice sort of brightish colour, so it's not quite rust, it's more sort of like a, I don't know how to, like oxidised, but not like rusty oxidised, more like a yellowy oxidised, which is quite cool. And again, they've got a little bit of like shading around the eyes and things, which is quite a nice little touch there as well. Next up, we've got, this is the, I remember this is a military Chuck & Co, and you can definitely tell the military colour palette is in there as well. You've got the little, like, the tubes going over still, showing that mechanical purpose to it, so it's not all function, but they've done a great job on making Chuck & Co look, very military styled as well. This is the, I believe it was Dark Knight Exterior. All I could think of when this came up was this looks a lot like my friend's Slaves to Darkness Chaos Army from Age of Sigmar and Warhammer. And it's a really cool paint job. It does look quite intimidating. Obviously we've still got the smiley face shoulder, but other than that, Exterior looking really menacing there. I like the choice of a sort of more brassy sort of colour rather than a gold, like bright gold. I think that really suits this as well with the red and black. Really, really nice. Any Warhammer players, very chaosy. Next up we've got Zax. So we've got Zax and Slopper on this skin. I love the gold trim. It's properly bright and intense. We've got a little drawing over here on the ear. We've got a lovely sort of dark demonic eye here on Slopper, so really fun on that one. Painted all the mines gold as well. A great job. I like the little blue tint to the edge of the gun as well. Another beautiful entry here. Next we've got another Detonia, so this one's a flame based Detonia, so you can see like the different colours of flame going through the cloak, the cloak cape thing. And we've got like a bit of yellow in here with red hair. This does feel like a very much a sort of fire, ash, cinder based design, and I really like that sort of thematic to it. I've got this really intense, you've got Verdant Aria you can see in the background. I think this looks really, really cool. For some reason I just love the idea of like Aria trying to hide in just some sort of intense alien super bright jungle where everything is really vibrant green and red, and just trying to hide and sort of blend in with this colour scheme. I think that looks amazing. I've got another Aria here, so this is a completely different side of things. This is almost a very sort of, this almost looks like Royal Guard kind of thing, or like some sort of, it looks like some sort of royal household colour scheme with the red, the white, the gold, and it feels like quite regal. I immediately am just drawn to like thinking Magic the Gathering and like Mardu colours, but I think the gold and the blonde hair is a really nice touch to sort of bring that together. I quite like this paint job as well. We've got some sort of demonic looking hit and run here. So we've got like runes cast in all over it of some sort, like a big hammer all around the eye as well. This one definitely looks like a possessed, a possessed version of hit and run as well. So, you can see hell something out here in the name. So yeah, they've got their message, they've got their design choice, and they've got that across really nicely in the image as well. We've got a Ursix, this you can see up here, Ursix Bloodvine. This reminds me of some of the, what's it called? Is it Bloodvine in Subnautica? I think it might be. Yeah, it does, like, even though it's obviously the same devs, but having these little, like, red patches here, with the blood oil, that's absolutely what it reminds me of. So, even though it's not white, it's more purpley, that's giving me real, like, Subnautica meets horror vibes. I really, really like that, especially the eye in the middle. It's really nicely done. I've got yet another Aria, so this is very much another blonde one, and we've gone for this one with like a more brown, more subtle, and this does feel, again, quite military, quite like, this one doesn't feel like it's trying to be camo, it feels like it's trying to be, a formal uniform of some sort, and I really like that look. Maybe sort of a gameskeeper rather than like a gameskeeper, or like a master of the hunt rather than an actual soldier of some sort. Not quite sure what the, oh, there we go, Huntress. These people are getting these paint jobs off really nicely, and like the fact that me with no artistic ability can identify roughly the sort of thing they're going for is really nice. So great job there as well. We've got Stained Glass Zhanya, so this is a really cool looking, there's actually another stained glass one coming later on as well. Really nice use of sort of like almost just sort of paneling, making really, look at the shading between the different colours down here, it's beautifully done. And then the face for some reason just makes me think of Unknown from Pokemon. So really nice looking job there. I love the colours they've chosen. I think that's a really pretty paint job. I will always be a fan of Foam Maximus. This is probably going to be one of my favourites every time, just because I love Foam Maximus. He's got a little tash drawn on this one, and he's almost like a sort of celestial body, like a cosmic Maximus, which is absolutely awesome. I love it. So, can't fault that, and I like the fact they put him up in the sky for that as well. This one we've got Retiwrangler Mars, so these are looking to be sort of planets, it looks like. So we've got like an earthy looking planet, things over here. This looks like maybe Mars-ish or something along those lines, and then we've got something that looks like the moon over here as well. So really interesting choice of designs. It almost feels like, you know, the whole thing about the world with the turtle with the world on its back, like this almost feels like that could be what's going on here with the other planets in the solar system up above, and a good old explosions and things that are like crystals, cinder, anything like that around the side is a really interesting concept. So great thought process behind that one. Next up, so I've chosen the zoomed in picture on this one. So this is Desert Raider for Antios Gauntlet, but there's a part of it that with the face, it just made me think of like a god of some sort, like the blue mask and then like sort of the darker skin, and it just makes me think of some sort of old deity. You know, this looks like it could be something out of a mythology, and I think that's a really cool thing, especially with like the muted colours of the clothes. I really like that. It does say Desert Raider, but I love that. I think that's a really cool choice of colours there. Next up, we've got an Astra, so bit of an actual green frog, sorry, not flag, frog. Down here, we've got really intense, vibrant colours. Really nice use of sort of like a very pale blue here to complement the green, and I think, you know, there's actually quite good detail on the face as well. It doesn't look like my faces do, which is horrifying, soulless, and like they're trying to consume the every essence of your being. So great job there as well. I love the gold trim, and with the purple. Astra is the daughter of a famous general, so she would have regal clothing. And then of course over here, all hail the Hypnotoad. Next up, we've got Splatoon at Home. This is Sludge Sprayer Inian. We've got the fruit over here in the sort of the red ones. We've got blue grapes, which is nice, a very metallic colour with some quite intense looking, just sort of the little grabby thing that sprays. It looks like a grabby thing, but actually just sprays sludge. And then what I do like on this one is they painted the two tubes in different colours, and the colours match the different fruits. So I think that's a really nice bit of attention to detail there. So great job on that as well. We've got Zax here, so making good use of sort of really bold colours. I actually really like the sort of the two-tone nature of the discs here. I think this is a really good use of sort of some of the auto masking tools and things like that. It looks like they have used that on these as well. And then we've got the quite sort of blocky colours, but I quite like it as well. Next up, we've got Tropical Delight Zuna. This is one where I couldn't pick just one image, so I'm going to just tell you to go and have a look at this one in person, just because there's loads of sort of different bits of detail. Because there's different parts of the model, I can't actually get into enough detail, but we've basically got Toltecan painted like a watermelon. We've got different fruits painted around the different animals, and it's a really cool look as well. So that one, I don't think there's no one image that sums up that picture. I'm not saying like one image can do any of these justice, because there's so many more things you could see, but this one's really hard to even get a sense of it with one image, so just want to point out that one as well. And next up, we've got the Regal Captivator Zyania. So again, I love Regal style colour schemes. When I was paying 40k, my Necrons were planning on being white, gold and purple, so this sings to me with the gold and purple. I really like that sort of look, and I think this just looks really ornate. I love the little sort of filigree down here as well. Again, another person making really good use of sort of gradients on the panelled sort of square sections. There's a really nice look there. This one's one of those ones where it's not used too many colours, but what they've used has been done really effectively, and I really like that. Next up, we've got just a super intense, brightly coloured Aria. I actually just think this is really cool. I would play this. I would put this as one of my models in my list and be like, yep, just deal with it. Aria is here. She doesn't care about anything. She's like, maybe she forgot her sniper pants and just had to swap to these orange ones instead. If you don't know, that's one of her voice lines. But I actually think this is a really cool looking paint job. I can't remember. There's something it reminds me of, and I can't put my finger on it. But I actually really like the sort of the blue, the green, the intense colours. I think that's really cool. Next, we've got Lightning Bug Nuisance. So I love the sort of different effects they've done on the lightning around here, going from the charger downwards. It does look like lightning. It looks electrical, and I think that's a really good, way of using those resources to make it look like what the unit does. So really, really good job on there as well. I like that one very much. Next, we're up to a Flaming Savria. So if you don't know already, this will have a soft spot for me, because one of the first paint jobs I was really happy with was a flame-based Sabrina. So I think that's really cool. I think it's a great model, and I think it just looks really, really pretty. They've actually done something fairly similar with the hair to what I did as well. I'm by no means saying I think they've copied me. I don't think they have in the slightest. Theirs is very different to mine, but it's a similar theme, and that's always going to hold a little special place in my heart for that. Next up, we've got the other sludge sprayer Inian. So this one we've got purple grapes, which I think look more grape-like, and then the blue fruit the other side, which is funny because they've also done the same thing with the tubes, but then they're the other way around. So really nice, actually very similar to the other one in terms of both colour scheme and piping. It could even just be that this is the same post done twice, but I don't think it is. I think this is a different one, but I like this. Really, really nice nice take on it. And they've also, the fact that two people came up with very similar ideas shows it's actually quite a good concept, and quite a good colour scheme to go for. It fits with the model really nicely. And next up, we've got this really intense lime green and purple Quetzali, I think. No, Necahul. Quetzali? Why can't I figure out which one this is? This looks like Quetzali. I'm doubting. Yeah, no, it's got to be Quetzali. It's the potato. I can't believe that I'm doubting myself on this. I've played this model. Anyway, either way, when I was younger, my favourite colour combination was lime green and purple. So even this is like a bit pinky, I'm always going to be drawn to like really intense colours sometimes. Maybe it's because I'm colourblind and I do like, seeing things a little bit more, like that pop a bit more, so it's more obvious to me. But I think this looks awesome, and I like that they paired it with almost like an organic, natural looking wood to give that real contrast between artificial and organic. Really nice take on the Cholek things. We're on to two amazing looking Charger Makoas next. So again, I'm not trying to influence you, but these are two of my the ones that I really like, that I basically have looked at a few times. So this one has got really interesting detail. This one's, I think it was 3,000 kilowatts charger, so this is focused around the energy, the intensity of the power, and I think this is absolutely beautiful. We've got really nice use of the gold here for the additional shine. The whole point of this model is it takes in the sun and fires it back, and I think this looks really, really nice, really well put together, and also really nice straight like matrix style lines here. It gives me sort of like Necron vibes as well. And then the last one we've got to look at is this one here, the Inspiration from the Cathedral, another Charger Makoa. You can see here that this is stone based on the bottom. We've got stained glass on all the panels. Absolutely gorgeous. I can't even begin to think how much time must have gone into this, and I think I'd have not worried if it had. So for now, that's all we've got. Hopefully you guys can vote for these, vote for your favourite, and have a lot of fun. If you enjoyed this, please do like, comment, subscribe, join us over on Patreon. Anything you do to support the channel is much appreciated. And for now, thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.